Hello, thank you for joining me. This is the leader of the planet Earth with your daily manna. These series of videos will hold inspirational quotes as well as anecdotes to help you throughout your busy day. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The topic of today's video in the series, Your Daily Manna, centers around uncertainties. Are you or anyone you know currently wrestling with financial or domestic responsibilities? These items tend to segue into insecurities, worries, and doubts. Don't be embarrassed. Know this, you're not alone. Everyone you know or don't know currently is dealing with certain levels of uncertainties. Today's video will discuss not how to avoid uncertainties, but how to manage them when they arise. The manner in which your leader manages his uncertainties is by remembering a Sephardic folktale entitled This Too Shall Pass. The story setting is during the reign of King Solomon, and the characters are King Solomon, the silversmith, and Prince Rehoboam, which is King Solomon's son. The story goes that one day King Solomon was atop his rooftop garden in his palace overlooking Jerusalem, and he saw a peculiar sight. This sight was a gentleman completely adorned in gold. He summoned the gentleman before his presence and asked the gentleman, "Hey, who are you?" The silversmith responded, "I am a simple silversmith." King Solomon then responded, "Then why are you dressed in this peculiar way, completely adorned in gold? Are you sure you are not a robber or a murderer here in my city?" The silversmith pleaded with King Solomon and stated no, that he had received all his wealth through the works of his hands. King Solomon, not fully convinced, stated to the silversmith, "I have devised a plan which will tell me if what you are saying is true or not. If you succeed in this plan and this test, then I will reward you handsomely. I will invite you to work in the royal treasury, and you will not have to work hard for the rest of your life. However, if you are unsuccessful in this task, I will immediately have your head cut off and your body fed to the fowls of the air and the beasts of the fields." The task, King Solomon explained, was for the silversmith to create a ring which would alter the mood of the king, meaning, if the king was happy and elated, and he looked at this ring, he would immediately become grief-stricken and sad. And if the king was grief-stricken and sad, and he looked at this ring, he would immediately become elated and happy. Terrified, the silversmith requested 3 days to complete the task, and it was agreed upon that the silversmith would return in 3 days' time at high noon to present the king with the ring that he had fashioned. After leaving the king, the silversmith immediately began on the task, and 3 days later he found himself returning back to the palace. However, his countenance had completely changed. He was like a man marching to his death. In one of the front rooms of the palace, Prince Rehoboam was sitting doing his studies, and he noticed that this gentleman was coming in and the countenance of this gentleman, and he stopped the silversmith and asked him, "Hey, you're going before the king. Do you not know, or are you not aware that just by looking in this manner and acting this manner, that could be a death sentence?" The silversmith responded that he had a task provided to him by the king, and he explained what the task was, and he explained that he was unsuccessful. Although he can create rare and beautiful things, this task seemed impossible. Prince Rehoboam requested that the silversmith hand him the ring. When he looked at the ring, he engraved on the ring 3 letters in 3 different points, or at 3 different points on the ring. The letters were G, Z, and Y. He handed the ring back to the silversmith and expressed to the silversmith, "Please present this to the king and you will find favor with the king." The silversmith took the ring, thanked the prince, and went before King Solomon and presented the ring to King Solomon. King Solomon, upon close inspection of the ring, recognized that there was an inscription at 3 different points on the ring. King Solomon immediately began praising the silversmith for his glorious and skilled craftsmanship. King Solomon, being the smartest man that ever lived, understood what the 3 letters meant. The 3 letters stood for Gimel, Zain, and Yod. These initials represented the Hebrew words Gam Ze Ya'avor, which translates to "this too shall pass." The king interpreted the meaning for the silversmith. He expressed, like any round thing, like a ball or egg, it will not stand in one place but rolls. This signifies and illustrates that in life, what is up goes down and what is down goes up. What are our takeaways for today? Well, your leader would like you to know that in life it's easy to get caught up by only living in the moment and forgetting that our lives follow a cyclical pattern. We are always moving between polar opposites of feast and famine, happiness and sadness, and cold and hot. What does this all mean to us, and what have we learned from this takeaway? Well, if you're currently experiencing failures, realize the rain only lasts so long, then comes the sun. And when the sun comes out, you can bask in the glory of the sun. Also remember that in your time of plenty, you need to be thinking about the cyclical change and when it turns to famine. And this is what Joseph illustrated by storing away grains when they were in the time of plenty in Egypt. And last but certainly not least, the most important of all, the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37 to 40. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. In closing, your leader would like to state that success and failures are not permanent, but are on a constant revolving cycle. To get past this, remember to seek favor with your Lord and to treat all mankind with dignity and respect, especially when you're in your time of feasting, because when the famine comes, we have the favor of our Lord and the helping hand of fellow mankind. May God bless you all, and you have a great day and an even better week. Your leader would like to thank you for taking the time today to listen to your daily manna. If you find these video series inspirational and motivational, please comment, like, and share. Tell a friend. Help our channel grow. Thank you. Have a great day, and God bless you all.